I guess you could say it's hardwired in now. I'm like going to bed thinking about this stuff, waking up thinking about this stuff all day long. I'd say it's hardwired in. I'd say it worked. But then again, um, what is the overall first rule of hermeticism? All is mind. Everything is just a mental projection. It's one of the easiest rules to teach, but it's one of the hardest ones to actually put into practice. Because if you saw, it's been a while, um, like a month, but I posted a little scene a little while ago, right? And that was mastery isn't exciting. Mastery is boring because mastery is repetitive. It's the symbology overall of a Capricorn, right? That lone mountain goat. Just put your head down and grade the road. Do the work. If you do the work, it pays off. But you gotta do the work. That's the long and the short of it, right? It's the universe requires active participation. If you want to get out of the hole, you gotta get out of the hole. If you don't want to fall back in that hole, you better bury that hole, cover it up, and pack it down tight so you can stand on top of it and not fall back in. It all takes work. But here is also something that they don't teach you about doing the work, right? It's after the work is done and you have gotten yourself to that level, right? After the work is done and you get yourself to that plateau, what they don't teach you about all being mind at that point is then you now have a standard. And when somebody else comes before you and tries to imitate that standard, and you see that they haven't put in the work, because it's a look, it's a stance, hi Brenda, it's everything. It's the projection of oneself. So if you have done the work, if you have been repetitive and boring enough to master everything, to put yourself back in that positive frame of mind, that villain mentality instead of that victim mentality, it really, really does show on a person. So you can tell when someone is lying and when they are not. Straight across the board. No BS. But you have to put in that work. It's what they say, the universe rewards active participation. God helps those that help themselves. Things like that. It takes you, your sacrifice. It's not on somebody else. It's not on you. It's on me, right? But there is some kind of stance that people want to take to victimize themselves, to take themselves out of it, right? And a lot of people will want to also play victim and be like, point the finger, why, because that takes the spotlight off of them and their own shortcomings and what they're not doing. That's why half of this stuff doesn't work for most people, because they don't know how to read it for themselves, because they don't know how to go from a victim mentality, a first person shooter, if you will, instead of just, like as above, so below, as without, right? Instead of looking at like this, you should be taking a bird's eye view of the whole damn thing and taking it all in and understanding the whole thing. Yeah, you can go ahead and admit to yourself that these things happened to me along the way to make me the way that I am, right? But at the same time, you have to take accountability for the piece of shit that you become. Hurt people, right? But at the same time, you're one of the ones that are hurting, so you have to take that admittance upon yourself. You have to stand in your own ugliness and admit it to yourself. Live in it. Accept it about yourself, but at the same time, keep moving forward. Balance, right? Not too much in light, not too much in the dark. Right down the center. And a lot of people can't handle that. Because when you're able to stand in your own ugliness and be like, yeah, I've been a piece of shit, but I'm going to be better. And I'm proving that I'm being better. People can't handle that because then they have nothing to hold against you when you stand in your power, your true power, knowing what you've done right and what you've done wrong and standing on it all. Not obfuscating yourself, being like, yeah, I was a piece of shit because of this, that, or the other. Yeah, I was a piece of shit. I'm not going to do it anymore. And I'm going to let the work stand on its own. I'm going to let it show for itself. And that's all you can do. That's all you can ever do. That's why it was so hard to get out of that hole. You know that? I don't joke or try to pat myself on the back when I tell you I was too smart for my own damn good. Like, I knew what happened to me. I knew why the depression kicked in. I knew I just couldn't get out of my own way. I had to trick myself into having faith in him. Think about that. Do you have true faith, or do you just tell people and yourself that you have faith? Or do you have to, like, seriously hit rock bottom to be able to see, okay, this is what I need to do? I don't know. All I know is I've been doing this for over a year and a half now. And if you put in the work, it pays off. That's what I know. If you truly want to change the way you see things, the way you see yourself, the way you see other people, the way you see the world, then you have to change. You can't just, like, surface level, oh yeah, I'm a better person now, oh, I'm so spiritual. No, like, you have to get in there, like, you have to dig yourself out. You have to, like, literally empty your goddamn soul. Think about that. You have to empty your soul. You have to lay yourself bare. You have to admit the times that you were right and the times that you were wrong. Sit in that for a second. How much of humanity can actually do that? Honestly, does it do that? Right? Not many. And usually the people that do that are suddenly, oh, you're different. Oh, why is that? Because you're taught to play a role. And then suddenly, when someone's not playing that role, how dare you? But I'm not the same person today I was yesterday. How can I hold you to that same judgment, right? How can you hold me to that same judgment? Not exactly the thing you want to hear first thing in the morning on Saturday, but yeah, I'd say it worked. The oldest known rules in the universe that everybody goes by.